Thanks for joining us for our next video. Today we're going to be showing you how to diagnose uh, the clicking noise in pianos, and specifically vertical pianos in this video today. There's a number of different reasons why you could get a clicking noise when a key is played. When you play a key, you should mostly just hear the sound of the note, but if you've got extra clicking noises, I don't know if you can hear that, but you got a clicking noise there. And that can be caused by a number of different things, and we're going to be going step by step through how to diagnose which of those causes the clicking noise is coming from. These are some of the most common. There's a whole bunch of different things, but we're going to be just covering some of the more common ones. First thing you want to check is the Keytop, okay, especially the white Keytop. If it's a white key, you can check to see if the Keytop is loose. You can come here and just pull the key up and just pull up on the key up top a little bit to see if there's any looseness, and even on the key front to see if it's loose at all, because that can cause a clicking noise. Or if you can tap on the key top to see if it causes any clicking noises. So that's the first thing to check. Pretty easy. If it if it is loose, of course you want to either remove the key top and re-glue it, or you could even put in a little bit of glue, if you can insert it in where the crack is, and then clamp it to fix that looseness. Probably one of the most common, probably the things that we see the most in clicking noises is loose flange screws. There's in a vertical piano, the two flange screws that are the most common problems with becoming loose, and they do get loose over time, is the hammer butt flange screw, which is bring you up here, right back here, and it's attached to this is the hammer butt, and then there's a flange that the hammer butt pivots on, and it's attached to a rail. Okay, so here we've got a close-up look of a hammer butt, and again, this is a hammer butt. Out of here would come the shank and the hammer, but here's the flange. Okay, and if that flange, there's a hole in there that a screw goes through that attaches to the rail. If that screw is loose, it's going to cause a clicking noise, and actually the clicking noise that we hear on this key is caused by that loose hammer flange screw. So if I go and tighten that screw, we'll be able to see the clicking noise is gone. Okay, so that's a pretty common cause of the clicking noise. That's probably one of the first things to check, because it's by far the most common. The other is loose Whippen flange screws. Okay, so here we've got a Whippen, okay, which is this part right here. Okay, and on the back of it, there's another flange, okay, which is this piece right here, and that gets screwed into a rail from the back. And of course, to do this, it's a little bit harder, because you got to take the whole action out of the piano, which you can see in one of our other videos, how to remove the action from a piano. But once you take that out, you have access to the back, because they're all the way in the back here, and of course you can't get a screwdriver back there when the action is in the piano. So you take the action out, and again, it's this flange here, and there's going to be a screw that goes through there. If you tighten that screw up, then you can sometimes, if that's the cause of the problem, you can get rid of that noise. Now you can tell if it's a loose Whippen flange screw sometimes, if it's really loose, by just wiggling back and forth on the bottom of the Whippen a little bit to see if it moves. If it moves, that means that screw is loose. The same thing with the hammer flange. Okay, when this was loose, this was good. This wiggled. Okay, but there's not much movement here when I go to either, you can either do it here on the hammer butt or on the hammer head, to see if there's any looseness in that. And so that's probably the most common thing to check. Another real common cause of clicking noises is loose hammer heads. Okay, so this right here is the shank of the hammer, and here's the hammer head. So the hammer head is actually glued onto the shank. Okay, and if that glue joint gets loose, okay, then you're going to get a clicking noise in the key, because what it's going to be doing is the hammerhead is moving. So, and you can usually tell if it's loose enough, just taking the hammerhead and trying to wiggle it, like this. Okay, a little bit. If you sense any movement at all, that means that glue joint is loose and it needs to be glued. In another video, we'll show how to specifically how to fix that. Another thing is the center pin that holds the hammer butt to the hammer flange may be loose. Okay, so again, taking our hammer butt here, if the center pin here that attaches the hammer butt to the flange, there's a pin that goes through there. This hole is lined with felt, okay, on this side and this side on the flange. Not in the hammer butt itself, but in the flange it is. So sometimes that pin will get loose. Okay, so if you feel a little bit of wiggling here and it's not the flange screw, it means that this flange center pin is loose. So that needs to be repinned. Okay, so with a bigger pin. Okay, so that's the way to fix that. And then the last thing we're going to be covering is if you've got a clicking noise, it could be that the felt, that the jack rest felt, that or the hammer butt felt, I should say, in this case, if the felt that jack goes up against when the hammer is at rest, if that felt is missing, or it could be that it's compacted or worn or hardened. But especially if it's missing, you're gonna hear a loud clicking noise. So just check and see if make sure that hammer butt felt is intact and in place. And so those are some of the most common causes of clicking noises in a vertical or upright piano. Easy to diagnose, and in most cases generally easy to fix and repair, to get rid of the clicking noises. If you have any other questions about our products or services or anything, just visit our website. It's howardpianoindustries.com.